defeating our penultimate pre-season friendly against Spalding. What are your thoughts on that?
I think the result's disappointing, but obviously it's pre-season at a minute in time. We tried to set out to play two different ways in two different halves, just to kind of try and get used to what we're going to come up against, where sometimes we're going to have to drop into a shape and be solid. So we tried to use the first half where we did that, and tried to not focus a little bit on the attacking threat. Is tried to try and get ourselves into shape and get used to just moving in systems, moving in units, and making sure we're nice and solid. So I think from that point of view to half time, I think for what the objective was, I thought we did pretty well. The second half, I thought we started really well. We tried to then look at it the opposite way in trying to hurt the opposition, trying to look how they've set up and try and look to, if you're a league game, what we try and do, and try and revert back to the shape that's brought us quite a lot of success moving forward. Obviously, started really well. I thought we moved the ball in the first 10 minutes really good, and I thought it was a good opening goal. I think from that point when we scored, we just sat back. We took the foot off the gas, and it wasn't the side that I like. That said, it ain't easy going down to a red card, which isn't the ideal situation. And also then, I think it's plainly obvious over the last couple of weeks that the pre-season for us at the main time is getting people fit and ready and out on the training pitch. In the second half there, we've got 50% of our squad in actually not even on the pitch. So we're desperately lacking. From the squad perspective, that's not just about bringing bodies in, it's about getting bodies that we have in that are real quality. There's Yuzi, there's Burrows straight away, there's two there. Having Martin, all our three strikers are not nowhere to be seen today, just for whatever reasons, mainly injuries. And then you look behind that, just Lewis Whittam, Bailey Gooder, there's five straight away that we need to get fit. We need to focus quickly to get them on, into the side. And then the next thing is look at to keep adding to the squad where we need help in the right areas and the right places to give us the chance that we need to compete in every single game moving forward. So I think everything today has gave us what we identified and what we need. Like I said, it's not just looking at the result. Yes, it's negative. There's some positives in there that we will take away from it. It's not just about hitting people with a stick. It's about looking, observing, looking what we're trying to do in each game with what the objective is. But the same token, as we've got to step up and we've still got to improve, and some of the boys out there today as well have got to really upstep their performance at the minute in time.
Obviously, you mentioned there a lot of missing players today. I think the second half it was evident that we sort of lacked maybe a physical presence up front like we do with Hughesy, Burrow or Martin. How important is it that we have someone like that up front how to sort of implement how we're playing?
Well, I think you had all three of them in the side, or you had two of them in the side. Anyone that's come across us in the last 2 years knows exactly that we're a big, physical, strong side. We weren't that today. We were small, and a little bit lethargic as well. And that's not, every side this year is going to be big, strong, and fit and athletic. I think that's the key word, athletic. And it's evident. Like I said, from today, if anyone takes them two out the side, then it's going to be a struggle. But we knew that coming into this week. It's not something that we didn't know. So like I said, that's why we've tried to use these games as a little bit more a learning curve from how we want to adapt and how we want to position ourselves in certain games. But we're going to have to learn quickly, because 2 weeks is going to come very fast. So we're going to have to act quickly, and I think it's going to be a huge 2 weeks for myself and my team.
Obviously, Spalding looked a good team today. They were pressing, they kept the ball on the floor, they're playing well. How important is it that we play these sort of teams that are a really good test for us going into the season in the National League North?
Really important. I think ideally, if we'd have had a fit squad, I think this pre-season would have been perfect for us. We wanted to challenge ourselves in every single game and not just kind of have some gimmies that built us way up. Reflecting on that now, obviously, even from going back to the Durham game to where we are today, there's certain players I haven't stepped foot on the pitch yet, never mind the training pitch. So it's difficult, but we have to get the bodies in, we have to get bodies fit, and we have to do that. And I think a test today in the right circumstances would have been a great test, and I wish them good luck because they're a very good side, and there's no doubt that they'll be successful this year, and I wish them best of luck because, like I said, just on what I've seen today, they're a strong outfit, and they tick a lot of boxes for that league, and I'm sure they're going to do extremely well.
And looking forward now, our final pre-season game against Scunthorpe next weekend. How a team that got promoted from the National League North, how big a test will that be?
Yeah, huge test. I think it's the same thing. It's the same thing I've just said to you now and then repeated that. We've got to look to what next week brings, and we have to look what the next Tuesday, Thursday sessions bring first before we start looking at Saturday. But it will be a huge test, a test that a successful side that got promoted. So, what sides we're going to come up against every single week this year. So, we've got to make sure that we try and get the strongest possible side out to learn, and which is probably going to be our last learning curve to get where we need to be, which takes us into the final week.
Cheers, Craig.